Y'all heard him. Like button, subscribe, thumbs up. That's how you get paid. And we trying to get my guy paid.
Yeah,
so
ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Like they say,
turn
ring
them
the bell.
notifications on.
Turn them notifications on, man. That's how we get paid. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You never know, because everything that you pour into me, I'm gonna pour back into the
Ah,
community.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I watched this guy pour into this community from ground up. So when he called me and said, "Let's do it," it was a no brainer. I'm pulling up what time where I need to be, and this just like you say, giving people their flowers while they alive. I want more people that look like me, or more people in the world in general, to start giving people their flowers while they alive. Because if you don't, it's probably gonna be too late, and then you're gonna look real sour when you're too late trying to do it. You know what I mean? You could have did it when the person was alive.
It'd be way more people at the funeral than at the concert.
Yeah, it do. But it's all right. They see us.
Yeah.
I realize people still watch the concert. They just watch it on TV, or they watch it on social media.
Live,
they watch it on live. People ain't pulling up no more. They ain't pulling up no more. They just gonna watch it on live. Yeah, they know somebody going live from the concert.
Man, it's just to see, to watch you grow up, and to see how much value your brand has. First of all, it's just gonna when they try to buy you out, it's gonna be ridiculous.
It's gonna be a big number.
It's gonna be a big number. The value, because the brand is so embedded in the culture.
Yeah,
and I hadn't seen anything in the culture like this since I'm an old cat. So
yes,
like
sir.
when FUBU came through with cross colors, that's the brand that you have. Except for, I think you're doing it better at the level that you are now.
Yes, sir. I mean, shout out to them guys, because I inspired to be like them. I watched them.
Trust.
I watched Damon. I watched him closely. But one thing I did learn from him is I wanted to learn from his mistakes. I didn't care about his success. I wanted to learn, like, where did he mess up at? What was his downfalls? What was the hardship like? So when you learn from people's mistakes, sometimes your success could be a little bit easier, the route of success. So I know not to go do certain things, because he talked about it. He said, "Hey, young man, don't go do that."
Yeah, he all over social media. He everywhere. Every time I turn on my feed, Damon pop up and he talking. So yeah.
So we just need guys like that from our community that's done it at that level to keep giving us back that game. We really, even when I get older, I'm gonna make sure I instill that game back into the youth, because I wish that more of the adults instilled the game into me. If I known what I know now 5 or 10 years ago, we would have been where FUBU is. But you got to start somewhere. You got to learn. So I'm in a process of learning, and we create value by, I'm gonna be honest with you, create value with your fans, your followers, the people who really support you. That's where the true value is held at, right there, because without them people, you really can't accomplish anything. Okay. You really can't.
I came up in the game with marketing and promotions. That was always my specialty. I wanted to be branded. I was on all the polls. I wanted to be, that cat that they saw they was gonna go check it out. Because once you got to the product, the product was gonna stand up with anybody's product.
Right.
That's one thing about you, man. I always see you promoting. I always see you marketing. I always see you pushing. You care about the quality of content that you put out. What's representing your brand.
Right. And that's just because the blueprint has already been set. If you just follow the blueprint, you look at the bigger companies. See, I take in pride into looking at the Fortune 500 companies. I'm not into competing locally. I'm not into trying to compete with my people. I'm into trying to actually help us get to the Forbes, right? When we get to that list, that means we well off and we doing something right. And it's because I learned propaganda at an early age. I grew up in California, so that's the biggest marketing advertising city outside of New York that you could possibly live in. When you go out there, you see, like you said, all those signs, all those billboards. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a big market scheme and I'm bringing it to a smaller market, and it's called, like, trying to see if we can dominate that market the same way. It's a lot into advertising, but I'm gonna tell people, social media is the key, because you can touch 10 million people in 30 minutes. Literally, you can, if you got a good budget, you can touch 10 million people in 30 minutes. When in reality and locally, you can probably only touch 20, 30,000 people. So that's where the advertisement and the marketing schemes come from. Just being out there in California, watching all those movie theater posters be everywhere, watching just how they, just they call it that groundwork. It's still something into the groundwork that you got to put in when you pushing a brand, and that's just one of the keys to it.
Yeah, you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
No, you don't.
And it's already, the wheel has been invented. Come up with something new. Follow that. I mean, I always say that AutoZone has never made a car.
Right. Never made a
There's
car.
always a supporting business that you can make money off of.
Right.
And at the same time, I always say, why, like you say, why make the mistakes that somebody else made? They already made those mistakes.
They already made the mistake. We try to compete. We like you said, we try to make our own wheel. And it's like your dad when you a kid or your mom telling you like, son, I done did that before. I'm trying to tell you, son, I done did that before, right? So sometimes in business, why would you not? If Warren Buffett showed me he can make $60 billion, I'm gonna look at the way he did it. It's called inspire.
Exactly, because $60,000 a year sounds like a lot of money until you make $60,000 in a day.
Right. Or 60,000 in 10 minutes.
That part.
You got people doing that now. You got people doing right now. They got a good product. You was just talking about why marketing and advertising is so important, because when you do finally get that product that everybody loves and it sells out in 10 minutes, you might make 60,000. I watch people become millionaires overnight, literally.
Yeah. I mean, and that's why I got you on the show, bro. I mean, what you pouring into us right now is amazing. My audience, we appreciate it, because to hear what you're saying, the hunger, and it's standing on facts. It's not like you making this up. It's like you got the blueprint and you stand on it. You have a global brand. You have the internet. What you have is better than what most people are producing out there.
Oh yeah, it's just about quality. I pride myself in quality control. Like even now, I pull back. Like a lot of people be like, man, you sold out a lot. That's just because we're doing quality control. It's like in and out. They only gonna sell a certain amount of burgers a day. They not gonna franchise their business out to a lot of people. It's just a lot. It's just you got to watch what people already doing. It's like you said, instead of go back to stop trying to recreate the wheel and just watch the wheel, because when that company or a company like that gets bossed out, there's billions of dollars involved. Why? Because it's called leverage. Somebody taught me that this lady named Wendy Day. She's a big musician head. Like I think she got like Master P and like Cash Money, they record deal back in the Gap. And I was
Shouts out to Wendy.
shout out to Miss Day. I had a chance to meet her when I was a kid. I don't even know if she remember, but she was just like in the studio with me and Crazy Bone, and she was just like talking about the industry and what was made up in the industry and how the industry worked. And one thing she taught me, and it's just always stuck with me, was leverage. The more leverage you have, the more money they have to pay, right? So I tell all my people that's like doing what I'm doing, like, yo, stop. It's a new day and time. Stop selling your merchandise out the trunk so much. Go online and sell it so we can track it. And then when that big company come to you and say, look, well, we'll give you $1 million per 1,500 customers you got. You don't got no way to show them your customer and your analytics, then how you going to get your money? You see what I'm saying? So